Checking in from Jaguars training camp where they just wrapped up their second practice with the Atlanta Falcons. A few thoughts from today's action. A little bit more walkthrough-y than yesterday's really physical kind of practice. Today just in shoulder pads, so not a whole lot of physicality going. Some offensive line and defensive line one-on-one work. Couldn't get a great look at it just from the way the fields are laid out here in Atlanta, but I did get a look at Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars starting defense. A couple of things. Trevor Lawrence really sharp. There was one deep pass that I'd say is the play of the day from the offense was Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk. It was very similar to a deep shot that they took against the Pittsburgh Steelers in that preseason game, but this time they connected Kirk wide open. This was like a 40-yard bomb, so a nice touchdown play. It's really good to see Trevor Lawrence and Christian Kirk continue to get on that kind of same page as they build that repertoire and get ready for the regular season. On the defensive side of the ball, play of the day from them has to come from Foye Oluokun, who came up with an interception of his former team after the practice was over. Oluokun kind of broke down the play and said, it was a really simple play when he breaks it down like that, but it felt good. He was able to return that for a touchdown, so a big play there. He said that he really likes to be able to get his hands on footballs, and that one of his goals was the interesting thing that he brought up. He said that one of his goals for this season was to earn his respect around the league and to win football games, which is very important because we know the Jaguars have struggled in that winning games column for the past few seasons. So Foye Oluokun very locked in on wanting to win some football games. Another guy that we got the chance to talk to after practice was Trayvon Walker. Walker really saying that he enjoyed being out here joint practices, not having to go against his own teammates as he starts to prepare for the season. He said that he was on an elite defense in Georgia, and that one of the differences that he's seen with this defense right now is they're just not all in sync just yet because there's just so many new faces, but in Georgia they had already kind of got that groove. So we'll have to see just how long it takes for this defense to get in sync. Foye Oluokun likes to say when they're on, but they have to figure out how to get on and stay on. It was definitely a good day for that first team defense out here. A lot of good reps against the Falcons offense. Nothing really stood out as blown plays. The second team defense did struggle against the run for another day, but nothing necessarily glaring there. Good to see Devin Lloyd back out on the field. Lloyd working with that second team defense right now as he kind of tries to work his way back up into the starting lineup. Chad Muma in that spot with the first team defense. Foye Oluokun saying he's liked what he's seen from both of those players. Devin Lloyd said he expects to be ready for week 1 and that he thinks he'll be ready to go. He said that the hamstring injury just came because he was pressing and working too hard because he just wants to be so good right away. So all of his teammates kind of telling him to work a little bit less, which, you know what, that's a good problem to have when you have to tell a guy to let it off the gas just a little bit. So definitely some good things have come here in Atlanta. We're not expecting very many of the starters to play in that preseason game this weekend. You may see Jawan Taylor and Walker Little continue to play at that right tackle spot as they continue to battle there to decide who the starter will be when the season comes around. But we're about to turn the page and head toward that regular season and start talking about week 1 against the Washington Commanders. The final cuts on this roster are due for next week on Tuesday. So we'll check in with that after we talk with Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson after those cuts are made. But for now, here in Atlanta, I'll check in with you next time.